The following program was produced in the Dr. Keiko Miwa Ross WPSU production studio in University Park, Pennsylvania.
Food, a basic necessity. We all need nutrients to survive and thrive. Whether your meals come from the field, the fridge, the treasured family recipe, or the takeout menu, something special happens when we come together and share a meal and a common bond. Culinary Connections is where we celebrate the people and places that use food to connect with the world around them. Today we'll introduce you to Paul Randazzo from Mama Randazzo's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Paul and Mama have been serving Italian cuisine since 2000.
The secret to Italian cooking is put a lot of love in it.
Paul Randazzo, welcome to the Culinary Connections kitchen.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
And later, they'll show you how to make their eggplant parmesan. I'm Tamra Fatemi-Badi, and welcome to Culinary Connections.
Support for Culinary Connections is provided in part by Bobby Rahal Honda of State College, Tom and Sarah Songer of the Toron Group in State College, a proud supporter of programming on WPSU. More information at torongroup.com. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
My name is Paul Randazzo. I am owner, operator of Mama Randazzo's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Been here since November 13th of 2000, and we try to keep it pretty simple here.
People calls me Mama. My name is Santina Randazzo. I love to cook. I love to bake.
Yeah, Mama's the one that really does everything. He is the owner, but
even though Paul's the quintessential boss, I mean, she's the boss of all bosses.
Everything goes through Mama and everything comes from Mama.
all her recipes, everything comes from Mama. She's the key.
Santina Mama Randazzo grew up on a farm in Sicily, and at 14 immigrated to the Bronx, New York, where, because of a language barrier, was put into the second grade.
They put me with the second grade, and I was like almost 14 years old, and it was no good. I said, I want to go to work. And that was it.
Santina went to work at the Stella d'Oro cookie factory in the Bronx, where she met Salvatore Randazzo, also from Sicily, and they married after only a year. Sal and Santina had 2 children, Maria and Giuseppe. And then came the day when Sal went to help out a relative in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
My dad was here. He liked what he saw. He called my mom and said, hey, I bought a house. And she said, what are you talking about? I said, bought a house in Altoona, we're moving. And that was the end of the conversation.
Sal and Santina both found work in Altoona and had 2 more kids, Marco and Paolo. The 3 oldest all went to college. And then there was Paul.
And then there was me, a little bit of a troublemaker. I'm the only non-college graduate. I had an idea that I wanted to open a restaurant at 20, 21 years old.
He always had that dream being in a restaurant business and a bar business for some reason.
She thought I was crazy, continually does think I'm a little silly. They lent me $3,000. We went running with it, found a space in the Juniata section of Altoona, and here we are 20 plus odd years later.
They wanted pasta and meatballs.
Our culture was be as welcoming and do what we can, and food was obviously a big part of that for forever. One of my best friends is running the kitchen every day. And I guarantee if you'd ask him, he said he had no idea what he was getting into.
We were working together in a bar, and he says one day, I'm going to own my own restaurant, and I laughed at him.
I said, hey, Gary, I want to open a restaurant. Would you come work for me when I do that? Sure, man, awesome. I was 21. He was 23.
I never thought he would own something like this because we were younger. Both pretty immature when we met, like to have fun.
First day, he didn't show up. He missed work the first day.
I kind of overslept day one. I slept through day one, I'll actually say. So,
The joke is that Gary's been here since day 2.
Although they knew very little about running a restaurant, they knew what they wanted to do.
The whole concept when we started was, how do we take what my mom's been doing for X amount of years during our upbringing and bring it to a restaurant?
in essence, she did bring her whole kitchen in here, and all of Paul's grade school buddies and high school friends that I've met through the years, they've always said, oh my gosh, it tastes the same as it did 30 years ago.
In fact, Santina Randazzo would play a bigger role in her son's restaurant than she could ever have guessed, as the face of Mama Randazzo's Pizzeria.
For whatever reason, that logo always was in my head.
And how does Mama feel about it?
I wasn't all happy at the beginning, but for my son, I'm happy. I'm happy.
First 5 years wouldn't have survived without my parents. The names and the brands and the logos were always an homage to them.
Sal was my buddy. I miss Sal a lot. He was really fun. He always sat at the one table over here in the dining room area all night long, and he talked to everybody.
Everybody knew him. Everybody came in. Oh, hi, Sal. Oh, hello. He was a character, that's for sure.
Mama is the heart and soul of this entire place. She's in here every morning. She is back in the kitchen, prepping and making everything. Everything here is homemade. It's delicious.
My mom is back there today, hand rolling little 1-ounce meatballs for wedding soup that we make in-house.
Mostly I do all the prep to get ready for the day. Meatball, wedding soup, chicken parm, chicken cutlets.
We're an antiquated model. What I mean by that is we still butterfly and hand bread our chicken breast for the chicken parm. We make the breadcrumbs and season our own breadcrumbs. We still hand roll the meatballs every single day. Dough is made in-house every single day. Tomato sauce is made every single day. And the tomato sauce is a pain in the butt. It's a 4 to 5 hour process because it has to reduce and cook, but we still do it every day. And in my opinion, what makes food good is that lack of processing and just good ingredients.
Our manicotti is to die for. And I loved our strombolis whenever I was pregnant.
The chicken cutlets are my personal favorite. I put them with just about everything. The chicken parm is a favorite of mine as well. And you can never go wrong with a stromboli.
I usually suggest the Mama's cutlets with the Alfredo sauce. They're amazing.
Hands down, probably the best Alfredo 30, 40 miles away. I mean, I've never tasted an Alfredo better. It's good, and we sell a lot of it.
Family is very important to Mama Randazzo's, and the very walls of the restaurant, courtesy of some custom wallpaper, are filled with family history, from Mama and Sal's wedding to their grandchildren.
For whatever reason, we didn't know it would strike a chord that it did. It was just about, family. Hey, this is our family. That's people that come in here are family, and we believe that. I mean, we've made lifelong relationships of people that we've never met before that just came in here to eat, and now they're friends. My mom's best friend, she met through this place.
The connections are very good. We've been having so much support from the community. It wouldn't be for them, I don't know what I would have done.
I defend this town a lot. It's been great to us, especially the Juniata section. Certainly try to support as much as we can. We tend to lean towards sports, and the reason that is it was a very big part of our lives growing up. My brothers, my sister, all played sports.
Well, they know everybody and everybody knows them.
We have a really nice group, and that's what makes me come really in the morning. I'm excited to come and see my employee. So far we've been very lucky.
When they say we're a family, we really are a family here. Every one of us loves and cares about each other. On busy nights, we might not always agree with each other, but we all still very much care about each other, and that says a lot because a lot of us have been here for a long time. We don't go anywhere else.
One year, my mom had breast cancer, and we threw an event here, and Paul and Mama were all very helpful in throwing that event and donations and just really making sure that everything ran smoothly.
And it was really nice to see everybody come together for that, too. And her mom's well now.
Here we are. In 2000, we started with 8 tables, sat 18 people. It is 2023, battled through COVID and all these other crazy things that happened, and we now seat 87 on the fire code. We're in the midst of new construction, our biggest undertaking to date. We have a 2-story multi-use facility that we're building in Juniata. First floor is 4 commercial units. Second floor is 8 residential units. We are occupying the 2 largest commercial units in that building. We have a catering kitchen that we're building there and an event space. And then we also are partnering with 2 local guys to open a brewery called Behe Brothers Brewing Company. And my sister one time, she said, what you do with the restaurant here is you fulfilled Mom and Dad's dreams when they came to this country. And that American dream. To them, this was their way of attaining that American dream.
Paul Randazzo, welcome to the Culinary Connections kitchen.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
Can you tell me a little bit about what your favorite foods were as a kid?
Well, growing up in Altoona, it's pretty standard American fare, and pasta, meatballs, and things that were more common in Sicily, and then in New York was a lot of dishes that we couldn't get, and one of those dishes would be like eggplant parmesan, which was kind of not common in the area for a long time, and that's actually what we're going to do here today with my mom. I actually brought Mama herself.
That's what I was going to say. I noticed you brought someone very special with you, and so here's Mama.
Hi. We're going to do eggplant parmesan today. Go ahead, Mom. Fire away.
Okay.
So we usually get a bunch of eggplant in, and the conversation usually starts with how fresh the eggplant is. We'll see if we get lucky or not here. We normally have a peeler, but we didn't bring that today. So we're going to let her do her thing here.
Yeah, Mama looks pretty good with a knife.
Yeah. Growing up, it was usually a wooden spoon that she chased us with, not a knife, but she knows her way around the kitchen, that's for sure. So, so we started doing this dish since day one, actually, and for a long time, it was kind of what would you say? Just a lot of people didn't really order it. I mean, we ordered some here and there.
At the beginning,
we didn't sell a ton, right? But it's now become one of our absolute most popular dishes. Obviously, people have had chicken parmesan, veal parmesan, I guess, to a certain degree is very popular. Chicken parmesan probably being the most popular Italian-American dish, but we've turned a ton of people onto this that would just eat chicken parmesan or just, their standard Italian-American fare to the restaurants. And a lot of times we talk about, or the questions are asked, what makes this special or that special. It's just what she grew up with. Fresh ingredients, taking care of it, looks like we got lucky. Feel like pretty good, Mom?
What makes a good eggplant?
It's the black widow, what's called this, it's a black widow, is not too many seeds, because most of you have a seed. That's where the bitters come from. So it have to be nice and, sizzling, and that's how.
And that's another reason we actually peel the skin is because that skin, if you try to bake or fry that off, it becomes chewy. It becomes, that texture is not real desirable. Some places will keep it on. We choose not to. Now normally what we do is, so we'll do a egg and milk mixture to, really? Got shell in there?
Yeah.
Rusty.
Yeah.
But we would normally let that soak for a while. We'd actually have the eggplant in there, and she would actually let it soak to really permeate into the eggplant and to further tenderize it.
Okay.
We need to beat that, okay?
Yeah, I got it for you.
Yeah.
A little drop of milk.
Do you work together in the kitchen a lot?
We did early on. We definitely were in the kitchen side by side. Now not as much. She's still there every morning. Her, Gary, Tina, and Rich are there every morning, and the rest of our staff getting everything ready. But this is stuff that we did when it was just 6 of us in the whole restaurant. And my dad, when he was living, would after he retired, ironically, my dad couldn't cook anything, right? Nothing. But
You also fry.
yeah, right. He eventually would come in and learn how to do this just to help us out. Is that good?
Here you go.
We're gonna place that in a, again, Mom, in a seasoned breadcrumb they actually make in-house. Mom, correct me if I'm wrong. What's in here? What's in here?
It's a Romano cheese, a Parmigiano, parsley, black pepper, garlic.
What else?
That's it.
We get these breadcrumbs from Pacifico's Bakery locally. They do them for us every week. Grabbing the oil over there. Do a few more. I'll fill the oil.
Roughly how many of these eggplants do you sell a day in the restaurant, these dishes?
As far as full dinners, on average, anywhere between 14 to 18, just eggplant Parmesan dinners a day. Which doesn't sound like a ton, but again, take that on average over the course of a week, then over the course of a month, and over the course of a year. Adds up pretty quick.
Sure.
Let's figure out what burner this is here, right down here. So yeah, this is literally what my mom and dad would do every day early on when we first started in 2000 when we just had 8 tables. It'd be them, maybe just those two. They'd get there, what time did you guys?
4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
4:35 in the morning. I would not be there that early. And then now, over time, we've increased the size of the restaurant, increased the size of the kitchen, which allowed us to bring in some additional staff. With that said, she is still there every day. And she still is doing a demonstrative amount of the work, even with our staff there. And we're lucky, we have a great staff. And, you know, but I call her quality control. She still likes to oversee everything we're doing. Okay, Mom. Want to check the oil? Yeah, it's a good dish. It's good comfort dish. So.
Is the stuffing of the eggplant traditionally Sicilian, or because I've seen eggplant that's just eggplant Parmesan, but your stuffed one is really decadent.
I don't know. Mom,
That's what
we grew up
my
with?
mom,
Yeah.
you know, that's how we did it.
And a lot of stuff we do is pretty much based on that, right? I mean, just how we always did it. And that sounds silly, but it's the only way we knew. And you know, the idea was to bring what she does to everyone.
That's it. Now, we usually do this.
Okay, so that's pretty quick once the oil gets hot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very moisty.
Yeah.
As you can see, we try to get to like a golden brown. You know, that'll make it super tender, we hope. What we did here was we actually I did one at the restaurant. So this is how it starts, and then from there we'll take. Just still too hot. Can I touch it? Okay.
That's okay. Go like this.
This is the ricotta mixture I mentioned. Shall we put some in there?
Like
That'll go on
this.
top, and that's exactly what you see here. And then from there, we'll take our sauce. Mom, you grab me a spoon from in there. Thank you. And this will go into an oven that you guys have back here. I'll throw in here. And then when that gets done, we have fresh grated mozzarella cheese that we do in-house as well. It's a mixture of part skim mozzarella and whole milk mozzarella. We just find that the moisture content with the mixture of those two cheeses is a little better for us. What I would normally do is reach my hand in a hot oven, which I'll do now. We liberally cover this with cheese. That'll go in. Now, obviously at this point there'd be a lot more things going on for us to do. Multitasking is the key to any successful restaurant in our opinion. The old adage, time to lean, time to clean type thing. My mom certainly multitasks still to this day, every day. She's in there doing her thing, so.
I think one of the great things I know from being down at the restaurant was that you and Mama tend to come out and actually greet your guests and talk to them, and it seems like they're all family. You know so many of them, and you have great conversations.
Yeah.
No, we certainly enjoy that part, right?
Yeah, I do. That's my, get away from the kitchen.
She gets out of the house, comes after work, and she comes out and hangs out there. And and we've met people at 7, 8 years old. Now they're, we've done their weddings. They'll come in with their parents when they're 4, 5, 6, and I think it was a girl a couple years ago. We actually did her wedding. So we met her when she was 6, and I think she got married at like 24. And we did her reception. We catered her reception for her. And from day one, when my dad lent me money, and then we got a loan from a bank, to when we purchased the property, they actually had to guarantee the loan. I was only 24.
20.
No, we bought the property. I was 24.
Right.
We were 20.
24 when you bought the property. When
we opened the restaurant, I was 21. They actually had to guarantee and put their house up for it. And then in 2009, we finally took them off, so they didn't have that stress of hanging over their heads. And the bank, thankfully gave me the loan and stuff like that. But I don't think we ever envisioned what we have become. We still feel that we're a pretty small restaurant and mom and pop shop. But yeah, so to your point, very stressful. But it's been a very just an organic sequence of events. We got in this building in 2000. We opened a beer shop in 2004 named Sal's Six Packs after my dad. And then in 2007, we started moving to the process of trying to put an addition on and clean up the space that we purchased. 2009, that came to fruition. And then we stayed in that iteration of what we were until 2017, and then 2017 we went through another round of construction. We added a bar and some new toys in the kitchen, and unfortunately that's when we lost my dad. He got to see the bar once or twice, had a few glasses of wine, and now for us the next progression was, okay, we pretty much have outgrown this place. What do we do next? And to her point, she always wanted a room, she wanted a facility, so this is where we're at. So let me see how we're doing back here.
Yeah, Paul.
All right. There we go. I'm going to steal that spatula right there. And at the restaurant, that would be served with a side of pasta, side salad, and some fresh-made bread. And there you have it, eggplant parmesan from Mama Randazzo's, and Mama herself cooking it.
Thank you so much to Mama and Paul from Mama Randazzo's. And now to keep things rolling along, we are going to talk about another Italian tradition. Of course, I'm talking about the meatball.
Meatballs are always kind of our signature item. They're about 6 ounce, size of a baseball. And people are always like, these are huge, these are amazing, the texture's awesome, how do you guys do it? We thought everyone had meatballs that size. That's just what we grew up with. We didn't know any different. And they became kind of their own thing almost.
His head and fires again. Gorski swings and crunches one.
The Altoona Curve came to us a couple years ago, I think 5 years ago now, and they had an idea and a marketing idea that they would utilize at the stadium about using meatballs as characters to race around the stadium.
Here come the meatballs!
We're very sports oriented. We don't take ourselves too seriously. So we now have 3 meatball characters named after my siblings, Maria, Giuseppe, and Marco. They all have their own look. My sister's got spaghetti hair. My brother Marco, who is a baseball player, is dressed as a baseball player. And then my brother Giuseppe, he just has just a good old-fashioned, old-school mustache with a plaid apron and a chef's hat. They chase each other around the stadium every game, every home game.
Foul lines, and it looks like Marco picks up the win for section
Some
1.
hijinks ensues. We've had meatballs get clotheslined. We've had meatballs get tripped. We've had meatballs get hit with a metal chair. Especially the kids in the stadium really seem to enjoy it, and we certainly do too.
Meatball races are just one more way that Mama Randazzo's makes a culinary connection with the community. But whether it's meatballs, stromboli, or eggplant parmesan, their authentic imprint is on everything they make. So we just had to ask, what's the secret to good Italian food?
Coming from a Sicilian myself, I'd say the love that you put into it, and there's no lack thereof love here.
The secret to good Italian food is love and homemade. Never giving your secret out.
The secret to good Italian food is Mama.
Well, the secret to Italian cooking is put a lot of love in it. And that's what I've been doing.
From Sicily to the Bronx to Altoona to the table, everything comes from Mama. Thanks for watching Culinary Connections. More episodes of Culinary Connections and a full menu of local programs are available at video.wpsu.org or on the PBS app. And to experience a whole world of international cuisine, check out World Kitchen at wpsu.org/worldkitchen. On the next Culinary Connections, approachable elegance in the heart of Phillipsburg, PA.
Approachable elegance is sort of like our mission statement. To get something really nice, it doesn't have to be super expensive. And it doesn't have to be...
You don't need to be afraid of it.
Set a 10-minute timer.
Food is where we belong on Culinary Connections.